All right, you guys, we're gonna be hitting arms today, a little Sunday arms, so nothing really crazy. We're gonna start with triceps. We're gonna start with like an overhead, or no, just regular push downs, and then we'll move to overhead, and then biceps and shoulders. So. All right, so we're doing these tricep overhead skull crusher sort of deals. My mics weren't on, so didn't get any of the audio, but haven't really been talking about much useful information. But we're just saying this is a nice change up compared to like overhead dumbbell. Just the constant tension here feels really good. So we're gonna do one more set here, and then we'll move on to, I think, maybe one bicep and then shoulders. All right, so since we're already here, we're just gonna go ahead and do chest supported curls. Same rope, and then we'll see how much weight we want to use. But put our chest on here and just fucking really isolate these biceps. So, you might have saw I scooted up to where my stomach is on the pad, but then back of my triceps or the triceps and armpit are kind of over top of this. So it's basically like a preacher or like a, what do they call it? Oh, fuck. Arm blaster. So it goes under your tris, really just right here. Isolate the fuck out of that bicep. So, last one here. Just go to all out failure. We'll do these isolated, and then you probably see me do a couple hammer reps at the end, and I might just stand up and lower the weight and do more there, just to absolutely fatigue this bicep. Instead of moving on to another set or another exercise, just fatigue it as much as I can here. Come on. All right, so now on to a little change of scenery. We're going to do some relatively lighter side raises. So we're going to grab these 15s and throw these boys around for a bit. We're going to go to 25s instead now for this next one. And see how these feel. So you might be wondering, like, when I'm done with just a normal side raise, I always like throwing another variation, whether it's more like straight out or, as you just saw, I bring the weight in front of me and just get more reps. With that, when you bring the weight in front of you, it's more of a side and rear delt activation. So you start to pull in some of that rear delt to get a few more reps. So that's the thought behind those. So only two sets in, and I'm already feeling it like crazy. So we'll see how far we get in the shoulders before we call it quits. For the next couple months, I think my expectations and plans are to really focus on growing arms, especially arms, forearms, and then chest. Lots of chest. Just because when you do bulk up, um, being chubbier is less noticeable if your chest is big as fuck. So, for example, you look at like guys like the Trent twins, who, I mean, relatively are probably, you know, when they first like became popular, I don't know what they are now, but they were probably around 12 to 15% body fat. So you look at them and you would never think that, but it's just because their chest is so big that their chest and shoulders take away from the action that's going on down here, if that makes sense. So I think it's the goal for me is just to make sure my arms, shoulders, and chest are so prominent that the belly fat per se isn't standing out as much as it usually would. Fuck. So, feeling very pumped at the moment. So for this last set, we'll go here again, and we'll drop down and do a low drop set, just because probably with the 15ers. Oh my gosh. Let's go pose. So let's go ahead and check this pump out. It was a quick warm up for me. Let's zoom this girl in. Quick workout, but effective. And that's really all we're going for, is not time really, necessarily how the muscle's feeling, the level of fatigue. So let's check it out. So I've just started increasing calories. Last week was the first week of actually increasing calories for the ball. Before that, we just started creatine. So I wanted to see how much weight I could gain just from creatine. And I gained about 5 pounds. And then we introduced more calories. So, oh, and then also this last weekend I had 2 cheat meals, which I usually don't do. Even on my cuts, I do one cheat a week. But this weekend, just I had something on Friday and ate out, and then last night, kind of the same deal. So kind of let loose. So I'm holding a little more water than I would like, but that's fine. We're gonna do cardio and drain all that out. But so far right now, The shoulders, everything's fucking pumped up, man. Even the chest is kind of like, kind of getting that. So because I am holding a little more water than usual, this morning I was 211, which is really high for me right now because last spring I was around 225 and then cut down all summer and got down to 199 is my lowest. So last week I was like 203 and then 211. So that kind of shows you how much water I'm actually holding right now. But we got some irritation from leaning on the bench, but pretty happy with how I'm looking so far. Like I said though, go for the bulk. Big shoulders, big chest, huge chest. We're gonna fucking round the shit out of this thing so that everything down here is unnoticeable. And then bigger arms. We're gonna try to kill arms this year. Primarily, as you guys know, triceps, just because they make up so much of your arm. So we're gonna kill triceps and then forearms. So I want to go with forearms. So basically all this right here. Then back, I've always kept it simple, and my back has grown just fine. I think I just have good genetics for back, so I really don't have to worry much about back. So that's gonna wrap up today's quick little Sunday fun day workout. Hope you guys have a great week. You're probably seeing this midweek anyway, so hope you guys have great workouts, and let's get it.